chaos, though it devours our world, offers a canvas for...
Wait.
Offers a...
That skin is gas. I asked Zach about Alter. He said a lot of pros think she'll be in comp because she's that strong. She's so strong. Alter's, listen, Alter's alt is kind of like pretty good. It's pretty good because like if you have the perk where it allows you to be like infinite, you can keep like one can anchor and you can keep like teleporting and keep coming back really, really safe. But like Alter for Q, especially going like above buildings and stuff, like up floors, that shit is fucking crazy. You could throw a grenade through it. I have no idea. I never tried.
Canvas for experimentation. And
yeah, her Q is more insane.
Beyond flesh, beyond death. An evolution spurred by a newly discovered variable. All you require.
People possible. I tried to kidnap Fade. That's what I did behind the box. I queued behind the box to get him to like, if he was on the box, I thought he was going to teleport through and I was going to kill him, but it didn't work. I was trying to hit him with that, bro. Sorry. Had a fucking burp. Can you remotely interact with a death box to claim one item? That, by the way, that is super clean. This, like, doing that is super clean. Okay. Anyway, okay, so I will say her ult was interesting. By the way, yesterday when I did the solos tournament, never played her a day in my life. Played her all 3 games, won 2 out of 3. Kind of gas. I'm not gonna lie. She's so fucking cool. She's cool. She's cool. She's cool. Her Q. A lot of you are gonna be fucked up with her Q. You're gonna use your Q because you think you can teleport like an Ashe. No, you can't. Make an LFT tweet. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about making an LFT tweet for like a meme. But I just don't want to. I don't want to, bro. Like, I know, like, it's memes and jokes and shit, but I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But I thought it was funny. Does tail add to her hitbox? I don't know. I don't think so. So, extend highlights and see health bars after exiting tactical. I didn't know what this was until recently. When I took it, I saw the bar and HP of the person that I was shooting at. This is better. This is really good. I just don't know if it's better than this. But we have to try it. Because this gives you like full everything. Void Nexus longer times out. This is insane. If you throw this and you anchor in a building, your teammates, I think your teammates can keep just teleporting back. Oh, you use big words. Okay. So this right here, the map cool. Normie is wild as fuck. I mean, that's just the best way to describe it. It's just like, it's like a term that like for non-streamer that's not a part of the streaming world is just like, how else was it? Not a streamer. I could say not a streamer, but like, bro just said she's a muggle, basically. All right, let's just look at this. Wingman, projectile size reduced to pre-care package values. Damage reduced from 45 was 50.
You have that second, and you pretty much can go for a clean 1v1 like we showcased earlier,
so,
overlaying the footage again. And it's just nasty. It's got quite a bit of range as you're running up. So let's talk about that range real quick.
The HP thing is crazy.
Almost 45 meters. Give or take, 45 meters. Moving up, boom, 45, 44. Once it's 45. 46. It's a little weird there because keep in mind the wall is
so the vert rope is insane. The ability to take the portal back and forth over and over again, insane. Her ultimate ability, I'm curious how it's going to play.
So I would say around 45.
I'm no longer a lurker.
You can try to steal or grab, or the height that you're trying to grab for. So
we'll talk about it after.
Now, my final tip with the tactical is remember you can't have the gun out while you're running around, so you kind of have to choose. Now, you can do a quick one. This is why I say the timing of this gets better as you become smarter and know how to place it. And if you don't, then you kind of get this weird animation. But if you're smart with it and you're fast, you can just press a tactical and not hold it. Holding it, I would say, is for the early on in learning. But if you become a master of this ability, I mean, the counterplay and the speed, right? And just throwing it around and saying, okay, well, I can't hit that. But if you know, you're like, we're breaching right here, go. And then you go right in, and then boom, without thinking, you kind of buy yourself a lot of that downtime. So next, what we're going to discuss is the
Captain Neebs, thank you, bro.
Now, just a friendly reminder is her ultimate ability that Alter is a skirmisher, and she can see care packages. Now, let's discuss her ultimate ability. I didn't
even realize that. For all the people wondering where this is going to fit, she's 100% meta. 100% meta, in my opinion. Because right now, Caustic's meta, Watson, and just like a lot of bunkering legends, I would say she's meta on a more like, this is going to be a very, very strong team fight legend. Like a lot of edge, but she's fucking insane because she does have a perk that allows her ult to be like everlasting. So you can just keep teleporting back to it. So what I imagine is people think about looting, right? It's like you wipe a team, you throw the ult, you go to the boxes, you drop all the shit, go to the boxes, and then immediately teleport right back to your spot, and then go back out and loot more shit. Also anchoring, you have your altar anchors, and then your 2 people run out, or you place the ult and like somebody anchors and you would alter, and let's say Bangalore, you push a spot, you guys are now pushing a team 100 and something meters away. You get hurt, you teleport right back to your spot, safe and sound. There's so many things that you can do, but like breaching a building, caustic blocking the doorways, Watson fences blocking doorways. You can even toss up your Q at a spot. So let's say you tie it with Bloodhound, right? Like I'm just giving you guys idea. Toss it with Bloodhound. If you get a scan on someone and Q them underneath them or something, you can actually kidnap them down. It'd only be for a split second, but it's enough to just like throw them off their fucking game. They're like, whoa, you know, like they have no idea what just happened. So it's like little things like that, right? What's the time to activate it all? It's like 1.5 seconds or 2 seconds or something like that. It's pretty quick. But this is going to be an extremely, extremely strong legend in terms of just like fighting and breaching to just avoid everything. Another idea is like Skyhook. So many buildings with multiple floors. Like imagine just like queuing up and then going on the second floor and skipping everything, right? You're just able to really surprise somebody very, very quickly. And then you're also able to like take the portal back down to like avoid the damage, right? Like they now have to chase you. So an example of this would be in a Skyhook building, one of those like 2-floor ones. Let's say you queue up, you all 3 take it, you fight, and then you take it back down, right? Let's say one of you are low and they take it down and you put a caustic barrel there. It's like now they're fighting in a caustic barrel and they're like, oh shit. And then they take it back up, right? Like it's like you can set traps, like you can bait them into fighting you. There's so many ways that you can play this character. And I think, yeah, you can Watson fence as well, right? Like do some crazy ass Watson fences. It's like there's so many things with this character that like she has a very baity kit to where it's gonna be fun to watch. It's really gonna be fun to
discuss all of the synergy between other legends, because I think Alter coming out of release is gonna be one of the more insane legends that's gonna shake up the meta, to be quite honest. I think it's gonna make massive changes.
Did you shoot the tactical out? I never tried.
I really wholeheartedly believe that. Void Nexus creates a regroup point that all allies can remotely interact with and open a phase tunnel back to the location. So what you do is you pull this out. Once you have it, it takes about 1 second to deploy, and it creates a group point. You can only use it once, though. Everybody can use it once. Now, the interesting part is if you're knocked, you can also use it if you're knocked to come right back to the spot. Now, if you throw it down...
You can use it if you're knocked? What the fuck do you mean, Kobe Bryant? What?
Takes about 1 second to do that, and takes about 2.5 seconds to transfer all the way over. So 2.5 seconds approximately pass, give or take, and this stays about 10 to 11 seconds.
Wow.
Because they can still chase you. And you'll notice that it kind of goes through this full animation. It keeps kind of growing through, but after around 10 to 11 seconds, you even see in the video, and you can time
I didn't know that. I didn't know they can take. I didn't know it creates a portal that they can chase with you. Wait, that's actually kind of crazy. I didn't know that.
Stamp me as well. It disappears. Now, once everyone has used this Nexus, then the ultimate ability goes away. Now, the interesting part, I'm going to overlay footage while we go back and we grab another one of her ultimates, is that this has a 360 area. So on the mini map, whenever I pulled it up, you'll see in game that you have a 360 ability to go back. So you can have people go for flanks, go for wide angles, and really
That's a
push
lot
the
of
boundaries. Essentially, the synergy here is that if you have teammates that are really scared to push and you put it down, it gives you the ability to go back and hard reset. Remember, they can take it back to the Nexus point, so I recommend putting it around gas traps, putting it around Watson fences. Lifeline is going to be fantastic. We'll talk about the synergy, but I'm just kind of getting your thoughts here, right? And kind of really pushing the boundaries. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put this all the way in the back, and then we're going to run quite a bit, right? This is going to be really far. And now the timer takes about 120 seconds, but you can change this. So as we're traversing, we'll talk about this. Now, with her ultimate ability...
Wait, that portal's only 120 seconds, and if you minus 30 seconds, like 90 second, minute and a half all. That's quick as fuck.
The really strong point here is the distance in which you can go. So we were discussing the distance a second ago. Some reminders here on the perks. We're going to cover the perks at the very end as a reminder.
I don't
You
think
can
Loba's
reduce the
dead
ultimate
now.
cooldown by 30 seconds, or you can change the Void Nexus timer and no longer times out. It lasts for about 120 seconds. The distance already is quite far. I want to say it's about 200 meters by the time we'll be able to see
Please
here.
tell me that he's
If you
still
are
not...
beyond
no,
that, then you can't
no
do
way.
anything with it. So let's go and go a little further back past the 200 meter mark. You can't press anything, so we're going to keep moving forward. And I believe it's about 200 meters that it'll let us. And there it is. About 195, give or take. It's not the exact port in. It kind of sometimes does a little weird.
Bro! What? Are you serious?
Movement there.
That
but then
is
when you're back, you're back.
insane.
So this is a great way for your team to reset, have that power, have that ability for you guys, and just use it. It's really a great positional tool.
You still have to activate it? Yeah, you still have to activate it. Fucking, you could travel 200 meters. Are you kidding me? That's insane. The amount of angles you can take for free is crazy. That is so fucking nuts.
Let's talk about the perks, and then we're going to talk about
Oh
synergy
my
with other
God.
legends. So let's break that down. So the perks here on the left side, you really have everything that handles the Nexus, right? You can reduce the ultimate cooldown by 30 seconds, or you can have the timer no longer time out and just have it up until it gets destroyed by the zone, or you destroy it yourself. So you have
that's
that
gonna,
option.
you know what? That's gonna piss people off, man. This is actually gonna piss people off. You're gonna hit somebody for 210 damage, and they're just gonna press E, and they're out of there. And you're just gonna be like, I hate my life. There's nothing you can do. Yeah, you could take the portal into fucking caustic gas and Watson fences. Like, who wants that? That's crazy.
Now, on the right, this one's really great when you're pushing because you can see highlights persist through attack phase and see enemy health bars after exiting portal. And unfortunately, I didn't have teammates to test this with, so I don't know if it handles with your teammates. Now, the
This is
interesting
gonna be
part here
crazy.
is the tactical cooldown can be reduced by 10 seconds if you happen to be somebody running around and breaching. So it really depends on the style and what you're trying to master. You're going to use more of the ultimate for team play, or you're going to use the tactical for breaching with your team. So I mean, they're both really team based.
I wonder.
guess you
I wonder
kinda
if seeing with portals allows your teammates to also see the HP of the enemies. I'm very curious on that.
have to decide what type of alter you're going to be to kind of alter the fight, no pun intended. So with that, let's talk about the synergy, and we're going to go through each
appreciate
of
it,
them with the
Monstrous.
abilities. So first off, what we're going to start with is talking about synergy with the tactical. The tactical works really well, especially with legends with a lot of high mobility and breaching and to get in, right? You can really get in and do a whole lot. I mean, any legend's going to benefit from this, you know, whether you're throwing tactical abilities in with smoke as you breach, you know, as you're trying to push, but any breaching legend, Mad Maggie's going to be able to also help really breach a building and kind of juke. Having multiple angles, you might say, well, the ultimate ability doubles up, it might not be as beneficial. Well, at the same time, that might be true, but juking somebody by busting down the door and then having somebody flank with the breach, there provides a lot of options. So think of any way that you can get in with any specific legend, and even with, let's say, like a Wraith port, somebody can queue and then go into the
gonna be
portal
insane.
and then come right back through. There's a lot of potential to save your teammates and have a lot of counterplay here. Stimming right to a portal, jumping
She's just
through,
like, she's like a mix between Wraith and Ashe, but better.
queuing up to
She's like Wraith, Ashe, and fucking Loba had a baby. Like, and old Revenant mixed with old Revenant, because remember when you die by Revenant, you just go back. Like,
one.
she's
This is
just
where the
crazy.
Horizon has a play of having somebody fall through. So you get the scan, and you can have somebody fall through, right? Now these are the test dummies, so it's not going to be perfect. But somebody could, in theory, fall right through that Nexus portal. The dummies don't really interact with it. I tested it, was messing around with it. It doesn't work. But I've had people fall through this. I've seen it by if they're kind of moving around, just kind of like a Wraith port, and they see it and they're like, oh, wait, I went through. Because they can take your port. So use that against them and kind of think that through. And this is going to be synergy and tips. So kind of think what that would do, you know. And having that information, you throw down a seer ult, then you're going to be able to see everything, right? Having the fast reset from the tactical as well, and the Nexus portal benefits from Gibraltar, Newcastle, putting the Nexus portal behind a Newcastle wall, you know, the ability to fast reset with a Mirage, Lifeline, Gibraltar. Really strong when it comes to conduit, you know,
I don't
defensive
smoke,
barriers around the Nexus.
Is there any videos about the solo
Nexus,
tournament? I
let's kinda
think so.
segue to this. Anything to defend
Can I
it,
say the link
it's
to
like
react to
an old
broken moon
Revenant,
changes?
essentially,
I
right?
haven't really reacted.
You got to
that.
protect it. You got to put fences here because, I mean, opponents could come through. They could come through and take that and then push you, and then what are you going to do, right? Now, you could destroy it, of course, right? But you have to have that prefix ahead of time and really know when you want it to kind of disappear. So kind of have that forethought. But you want to protect it. You want to be sure if that Nexus is just sitting there that you're going to fence it. You can put Gen here. You can put a Newcastle wall. You can put some walls up to defend yourself. Have some fallback. Think about a plan. This is where you can have a plan in breaching, but you can also have a fallback plan, plan B, and like things if they don't go well, right? So kind of really think outside the box when it comes to tips and synergy with this legend. And that's really going to help you succeed as you start to think about what you're going to do and how you're going to breach and what you're going to do on the other side of it, right? It's a great solo play legend, but at the same time can be a great team play legend across the board.
That kind of fucks my brain for a second because it's only half a second. You're already on the other side. Like there's no like animation for you. You just go right through. You're already there. It's kind of crazy.
This is a great way to help your controller-based legends move around more, get them in and out of a fight, fence, juke them. I know one of the biggest synergies with Watson was Wraith's portal, and having the fences there, you could really think outside the box with that. And across the board, there's a lot of power here and
It's so instant.
Of things such as we mentioned with the Horizon Q and so forth. So a lot here. I think it's legend
called
is
teleporting. Oh, thanks, jackass. You can, but it looks like you can go right past it.
Really
I don't know.
strong, but unless you're watching guys like this,
hey, thank you, Tribal. I appreciate it.
Somebody is just gonna probably suck on altar. I'm gonna be very blunt, but the more time and love you put into this legend, the more rewarding it is. So if you're watching this guide, you really got to think outside the box on what you're gonna do. Even the little small plays like this, as you kind of juke around and then keep baiting an opponent and then slide jump in afterwards and then going right underneath can do a whole lot. It doesn't seem like a lot, but that tack time, I'm gonna be honest, you know, getting in and out is pretty brutal and really fast. And the longer distance this is, if this was a little bit longer, imagine the time to get across back and forth, and popping a battery is absolutely insane and nutty and can do a lot in terms of counterplay. So just keep that in mind. Hopefully these tips are helpful. Hopefully when you get out there, you don't feel like you don't understand how the abilities work and that you're useful for your team. Don't be afraid to just test this out. Throw that tactical everywhere. You never know. You never know if you're on a bridge and you throw it down below you, what it could do and where you're going to appear and what can happen. I mean, the same thing when, let's say you're on the ship or you're on a bridge. Sometimes it curves into an L shape, you know, and it really can surprise your opponent and how you position. Sorry for rambling. I'm really excited about this legend. If you can't tell, I think this is going to be a pretty big game.
I don't think Ultra can go through a cat wall. I don't think that counts.
Changer. I'm kind of